Hello and welcome back to Herald and Hearth. You can call me Auntie A, and I'm excited to be here to host. Today felt a little bit like trying to get to a train on time. Getting into this reading, and I was reminded as I was setting up that everything is happening in perfect timing. Something that came through was you have to trust in the preparation you have done. So that's what we're going to do today. How exciting. I'm going to start off by reading a channel that came through this morning and move from there. There are more things in truth than one mind can hold. Stand in your present. Be unshakable. Short, sweet little channel to get us started. I'm going to have that off to the side so I can reference it as we go. But I'm going to set up our cards for our reading. Give me one moment and I'll be right back. Oh. Okay. My finger was hovering over the pause button and I heard don't do that. So I guess you're going to join me today for our card picking. So we're going to start with this deck. This actually might be it. Yeah, here we go. What a lovely, succinct way to start. Ooh, 46, Merkaba. Wonderful. I'm being told to hold off and not to read it just yet. I was reaching for my book. Today is a lot about just following intuition. Trusting your intuition. So that's what we're doing. Interesting. I had pulled out this set of cards that's actually a playing set, but Source said to bring it out, so we're bringing it out. Let's pull a card from here, shall we? Pile number 2, please. Thank you. Both? Interesting. Yes. Okay. The Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. All right. Set that aside. All right. Excuse me. A little bit of throat clearing here happening. Thank you for your patience today being with me. I think that there's been a lot of excitement and energy in the air. Pile 3, please. Thank you. There's been a lot of excitement and energy in the air, and taking a moment to be still with your breath is always a mindful thing to do. 4 of Swords. 3 distinct energies today. I invite you to take a moment with me and breathe. Breathe all the way in and all the way out. Whichever pile or piles you feel led to, the timestamps will be in the description box below. I look forward to seeing you there. Hello, pile number 1, Merkaba. We're going to take a moment and we're going to read from the Sacred Geometry Guidebook, the Merkaba page. I'm going to do a little bit of, what is it called? Bibliomancy, I believe it's called. Star tetrahedron. First thing, this card has no reversed aspect. No reverse aspect. You are connecting with aspects of your being that stretch far beyond your everyday life and promise to put you in touch with your higher self and universal wisdom. You are becoming a seeker of intuitive knowledge. This is no small venture, and it may become significant in your life path. Is there anything more on this page, Spirit? Oh, one more. Interesting. Light, spirit, and body. Merkaba. Integration. There's something here about integration, about being present in the moment, in the world around us, in the physical space, while also being connected to your higher self and to divinity, universal wisdom, the source, the spark. Let's pull some cards. I'm going to start with the herbology deck. Spirit, what do you have to say for pile number 1? Rose. Crack open. Yeah, okay, I was going to say, I was thinking a lot today about the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords particularly. We're going to take this one as well. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Particularly the Ace of Swords. And on this card, on Rose, crack open, we have this beautiful sword in the center. And I just knew, I just knew that was going to come up. Roses have been significant. Right beside me, actually, I have a lamp that I just picked up from a thrift store that I kind of ended up going to synchronistically. And it is a brass lamp with stained glass roses on each side. And I'm looking at it, and it's got a beautiful green over the lamp, over the leaves and the stems and the thorns, and a bright, brilliant red at the top. You have to love the rose for its petals and its thorns. Love the moon for its dark sides and its light. Love the sword and the truth for its ability to be manifested and utilized for good and for evil. There has to be a recognition of duality. Oh, this has come up before in these readings recently. It's come up twice. This is the third time recently. Fortitude, Lady's Mantle. Being asked to crack open with the knowledge that there is a fortitude within you. In the last 2 readings, they came out separate ways, and we were talking about the roots. This time, I don't feel like the roots are what is standing out to me. What's standing out to me is in the center there's a path, a winding road leading into the distant horizon. We cannot see roots. It's not what they're meant to do, but we do see evidence of them in the blooms that they support. We can witness them alongside our path and know that they are confirmations that we walk protected. We walk with our own self-understanding. We understand our fortitude, not just for what we have been through, which brought us to those lessons, but what we have taken away from those lessons and moved forward with. Excuse me while I get a drink of water. Standing in your present moment, on your path, wherever you are right now, whenever you're seeing this, is the moment you were meant to come to it. Deep roots leave trees unshakable, but that does not mean the tree doesn't bend. I'm being led back to the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. Been a lovely deck thus far to work with, and I'm excited to pull it out again. Clearly it's excited too. Let's see what that is. Oh, 16, love. Do you want me to keep this? Yes, the one underneath it as well? No, okay. Just the one. Love. She's standing with a fox, wearing a playful sand dollar necklace. I feel like it would be the kind that would be worn by somebody younger. This feels like an innocent love. There's butterflies, a rebellious love, dandelions, persistent. There's an oak leaf with an acorn. Something persistent and long-standing. Ooh, give me a moment. Oh, pardon me, I don't generally like to pause in the middle of my readings, but my throat was just completely blocked up for a moment. Oh, had to clear it out a little bit, and that's kind of what this feels like. Definitely a lot of clearing energy, but it doesn't feel like you're just clearing out like bad energy, like bad vibes. It feels like it's such a loving energy. Okay, I'm holding this book. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this card. We're going to do a little bit more looking into it. Oh, beautiful. You are learning, you are learning to devote yourself to you. You're learning what devotion looks like through nurturing yourself, through recognizing that when you learn to love yourself better, you learn to love others better. And the reverse. When you learn to let others love you better, you learn to better love yourself. There's no wrong choice, but there is a right choice for you, and only you can know what that choice is. Ooh, interesting. This is a very channel heavy reading for you guys. I feel like I'm doing a lot of channeling here, which is not unwelcome by any means. I do feel like flipping a couple of cards is a good idea. Do you want me to take that one? No? Okay, thank you. Balance, integration, moving from the one dimension of yourself into another, from one facet of yourself into another. I'm seeing this as facets of a diamond, perhaps. And it's not that you have to become anything else. The diamond has been formed. The roots have grown. The crystal has been arranged and structured in the correct way. Now, Spirit is turning you in the light so that the right parts of you, all of the parts of you that have been denied, that have been considered thorns, are coming forward. Ooh. And maybe that's why you're doing a lot of clearing. That's maybe why I'm feeling such a heavy throat energy. Here it is. Thank you. Oh, both of them? Yes, okay. Perhaps we'll go like this then. Lots of clearing energy. It's almost like I have to find a different timbre to speak with my voice because it wants to block up so much. And it's like letting go of an old way of doing things so that this new, more loving way can be revealed to us, through the light hitting new parts of us and shining outward in new ways. Oh, how lovely. Oh, how beautiful that is. No wonder we started with such a quiet energy. It feels like Spirit has kind of been stewarding you inward for a time so that you can learn to recognize that these things within you that you thought were weeds are actually beautiful medicines. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's flip this card. The Three of Earth. Three of Pentacles, but with an interesting generational aspect in this card. I saw this card yesterday when I was putting away this deck from yesterday's reading, and I thought it was quite interesting because Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles, you have those three figures working together to create something in the physical realm. But this card, it is a foal here, its mother, and in the back, right? Let me see if I can show you in the light. There is the image of a horse on the hill. Now, I think that might be referring and making reference to an anthropological site, but what I got from it was passed on ancestors. Family legacy. Creating a new family legacy under the guidance and watchful eye of your ancestors. I feel like not only the horse is the ancestor, I feel like the trees are the ancestors as well. It's not just one. Ooh, how exciting. Ooh, how thrilling. I feel like this is an energy that's kind of, interesting, kind of like a train pulling forward. Yeah, I felt like I was going to miss my train almost as I was coming in. I was like, this energy is here and I really got to get it out. I really got to get down in front of my camera and start pulling cards and start channeling. And that moment of, hold on, you're in perfect time, you're getting there, kind of felt like, okay, you're on the train, you're prepping, you're sitting, and now the train's kind of chugging forward. And maybe that's where you feel like you are. Maybe you're feeling like, I know I can go faster than this. I know my direction now, even if I'm just following the path laid out tie by tie in front of me. I can go faster. And it's almost like Spirit is saying, yeah, you can, but also enjoy the early moments. Enjoy those early days. Enjoy a humble beginning. Trust your preparation. I feel like there's one more thing in the guidebook about this. I want to see about this white horse, if it's mentioned. Feels a little bit like we're researching this time, whereas in the past it has come across much faster. Interesting. Research. You've been working on something? Yeah, sacred site. Oh, beautiful. The land is full of enchantment. Magic is afoot. You have to step outside of your comfort zone. Yeah. There are spirit beings around you. The other world. If you ask respectfully, they may carry you to the other world. How you get back is another magic. You're being asked to work the magic you know within yourself, that is from yourself. I heard recently somebody said something wonderful about not raising your frequency, but finding yours and amplifying it, which I quite liked. I feel like this card is talking about stepping forward with the tools you've been given and you've forged and you have at hand, and moving forward understanding that you may not quite have the tool to get back, but it will come in perfect time. Oh, interesting. It's not even that you don't have it, it's just that the light isn't hitting it at that angle. So trust that when you get there and you're in a new light and a new place, new adventures stepping outside your comfort zone, that you will tilt in the light and the answer will be revealed to you. You're getting your sight back. Interesting. She has her eyes closed here and the eyes are open here. Yesterday's reading was called Turn the Lights Off So You Can See. And I feel like maybe, perhaps, there is a connection between turning the lights off so you can see and then opening your eyes to new light. Oh, okay. Murmuration. When you open your eyes to this new light and this your own resonance, your own presence, by doing that, you are tapping into a node in a bigger tapestry, a larger murmuration of beings that together, by moving through instinct and connection and trust, create something beautiful. The cattail at the bottom, cattail is a very magical plant. It's actually a plant, one of the first plants I worked with. It's a plant that I have seen. My aunt once was working in the weeds outside of her small cabin, and she got stinging nettle on her hand, across her hand, in the back of it. And my mother crushed up some cattail and some of the stem and just put it on top and put her glove back on. And within 5-10 minutes, the rash from the stinging nettle was gone. Medicine. Through murmuration comes medicine. Ooh, how lovely, how lovely. The Ten of Swords is often a harsh card, but this, the Ten of Air, it is not the same energy. There's a wonderment that comes with murmuration, an intuitive harmony that comes through tapping into the energy that only you can tap into. This consciousness of divine love. 10,000 starlings turn together as one, each an individual, trusting its own flight path. But through the presence of intuitive harmony and consciousness, each of those paths create one large spectacle. There is a wisdom within you that's longing to be free. Any more cards for this pile? Sorry. Yes, okay. I thought we were done and I just bumped something, so I wanted to ask. There is a wisdom within you that wants to be free, and only you watching this video can know what that wisdom is. I cannot tell you. No other reader can tell you. No other person can tell you. We can leave hints to help you in your remembering. We can leave hints to welcome you in your remembering. We can walk alongside you on our own journeys. I'm on my own journey, right? We're all on our own journey. But I can't tell you what your wisdom is, because only you know yours. Just as I have come to know mine. The Ace of Wands. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Upholding that wisdom, that creative divine spark of force, vitality, and energy within you. Directing it. Picking up your pen. picking up your wisdom and creating something within reality. Because thinking is not how we manifest. We can't feel in our thoughts. We can only feel in our body. 7 of Wands, yeah. Interesting. 7 of Wands is, in the Rider-Waite or the Smith-Waite deck, is a card where somebody is beating back forces. Beating back forces. Tell me a little bit more about this, Spirit. What's going on with this card? There's a Scorpion here. Perhaps Scorpio resonates with you in some way. I'm a Scorpio. Certainly does for me. Something about Spirit going forth before you to prepare a battlefield, to prepare this place within you. Oh, interesting. A place within you where your strength has been tempered, your fortitude has been tempered, and Spirit has gone before you to help pave these footstones for you as you choose them in the present now. Defend your divinity. Defend the wisdom that you know soul deep within you. Very interesting. I feel like that's all of the channel. How wonderful and different and welcome. Thank you so much for sharing this nuanced energy with me. I do so wish you well on your way. I encourage you to love your petals and your thorns, to see what you thought as weeds change before your eyes because you've opened them into wisdom, and then trusting that wisdom to lead you on a path of greater purpose. Thank you so much for being with me. My name is Auntie A. This has been Herald and Hearth, and have a wonderful day. Welcome, pile 2. If you chose the pile with the Queen of Diamonds and the Queen of Hearts, or the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, then this is your reading. Welcome. I do so appreciate being willing to pardon me, that's not the word. Being able to host. Interesting. I found that my voice was struggling to come out earlier in the first reading, and this time, after taking a moment to cleanse and to move through the different energies, I feel like now I'm almost tripping over my words. Maybe you feel like that too. Excuse me. Perhaps you feel like you've been, there's just so much coming in, maybe so much creative energy, so much inspiration coming in, that you're almost like, oh, how do I ground this in reality? How do I make this real? Because creative ideas are wonderful, but if we don't do them, if we don't act on them in the present moment at some point, they don't become real. They don't become manifest. So there's almost this concern of like, oh my gosh, it's too much too fast. Like, you have been trying to prepare and you knew you were being pulled back kind of on this Sagittarian bow and arrow, and you were the arrow in kind of the universal bow, and you knew you were being pulled back and you trusted yourself, and now you are flying through the air, and it is so fast, there's so much energy moving, that it's almost like you're stopping and checking in with yourself to ask, oh my gosh, am I doing okay? Oh my goodness. So much energy clearing today. So much energy clearing. I have not had my throat acting up this much in a reading yet, and I do thank you for your patience while I try to manage sound level for you guys and pleasant and unpleasant sounds. But there is such a fast-moving energy here. We have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Hearts here, with this lovely paintbrush that she's looking at. I'm actually remembering the 2000s Barbie movie, Rapunzel, where she has that beautiful long hair and that beautiful magical paintbrush that she creates portals to new worlds with. She has that power within her, and all she needed was the right tool. And now you feel like perhaps the right tool has been put into your hand, but now you are pausing. There's this contemplative pause. You're trying to be mindful with how you create. And I think that's part of why this tool has been given to you. Given, an interesting word. Normally I speak about everything you need already being within you, and that was part of the last reading. This in particular feels like something that's been bestowed. I'm thinking of the movie again. It is something that her ancestors, her parents in that case, but her ancestors had for her. And she couldn't access it until she reached a certain point and learned certain lessons. And then it appeared as if by magic. You may not understand where it came from, but there has been a plan in motion. Oh, beautiful. I'm getting a buzzing around my third eye. It's like you're you're tapping in to source. Ooh. It's very interesting. It's a watery energy, it's an earthy energy, but there's also, because of this Ace of Wands energy, there's a fire to it. And I can't help thinking about how fire, water, and earth manifest together as energies. Force, emotion, and reality. There's a very contemplative energy here. It's almost like you are taking, perhaps you've had a lot of ideas coming in, a lot of maybe opportunities coming in, a lot of possible directions. And it's like you're taking just a second to tap in with yourself. Their hand is on their heart there. You're tapping into your heart space. And to do that, you have to get out of your head. 33:44 on the clock as I said it. You are trying too hard to be in your head. You're trying too hard to see. Fascinating message coming through, because it is a pleasant energy, this energy in my third eye. However, you're trying to tap into your heart and you can't think to do that. You have to feel, and you have to feel in your body. So take a moment. Take a breath. All the way in, all the way out. Feel the surface beneath you wherever you are. The connection. You are here and you are now. And that is enough. You are exactly where you are meant to be, when you are meant to be there. You got to the train station on time, I'm hearing. You got prepared. You got your stuff together. You got out the door, down the road, over to the train station. And it may have been moments where you were running up the stairs. It may have been moments where, there was traffic in the way. But you got there. And the train was still in the station. Get on the train. You're here. You're now. Take a moment. Take a breath. Being drawn to the herbology deck again. Pile number 2. Divine Source, Wisdom, Angels, Ancestors, Guides, and Guardians. This is a contemplative energy. And so I ask that you be with us. Thank you. Thank you. One more. Yes. I ask that you be with us as we steward these messages with wisdom, with discernment. You are rewilding. And to do that, you must go beyond where you have been. I'm seeing travel. I almost feel like there might be somebody watching this who is like on a plane or on a train right now. Planes, trains, and automobiles. A couple of fun movies coming through. You are rewilding. Plantain. Interesting. You are being picked up and put somewhere new. I'm hearing maybe some of you guys are like literally moving. Like your roots, you're literally moving. You feel like you're kind of following an old treasure map and you're trying to stay calm, stay grounded, stay in touch with your feelings, in touch with this inner sanctum, so that as you move through these new spaces and spirit takes you to this new place where your roots can grow more, almost like repotting a plant, you are staying in your presence and your present. You are remembering that you're unshakable there, and that is always with you. We have a beautiful orange coming through in both cards and a bright purple spot. And here's more purple. There we are. Okay. I was gonna say there's definitely purple happening here. Finding grace. You are your own worst critic. And I almost feel somebody resisting that and being like, oh no, trust me, I've heard worse. You are using the things that people have said to you when they have not had grace for you as justification for not giving grace to yourself. Ooh. A challenging message, but I feel like you if you're here and you're resonating with it, you're ready for that. You're ready to hear this. You need to give yourself more grace. Oh, interesting. I haven't been called to read this deck, the guidebook, in a while, but we're doing a lot of reading today. We're doing a lot of research. It's almost like you're stopping and researching yourself. Kind of researching, looking inward, tapping in. And that logical energy is coming up again. And I'm being drawn again to this hand on the heart. Stay in your sense. Stay in your body. Stay in that inner sanctum of now, the present moment, in your breath. I invite you to take a breath in and a breath out as I find this card. Again. Wonderful. There's a time that all things go fallow. Just because there is a moment of fallow in your creativity does not mean you're doing anything wrong. I almost feel like you're looking within with the perspective of, let me find what needs mending. Interesting. When I had pulled this card, that's actually what I thought it was. I had set it down and I was fully prepared for it to be what needs mending because I recognized the card. It actually was right here in the book, and I'm going to show you. Yeah, I thought it was this card immediately. And it's not. And I almost feel like that's part of the message. It's like you're looking within saying, oh, what needs mending? What do I need to fix as I'm going to where I need to go? What do I need to get rid of? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And Spirit is saying, whoa, have some grace. Everything is fallow in its own time. Everything takes a moment. I'm seeing these beautiful peacock feathers, and it reminds me of the King of Wands. Even the King of Wands has times of fallow, where the plant nurtures itself instead of blooming, but that's part of the cycle. And you have been tapping into cycles. You've been tapping into maybe astrology, your calendar, patterns. Starflower is not a perennial plant, but it does reseed itself. It rewilds itself every year. So it's interesting. It's not even just a time of a perennial kind of not blooming. It's fully a time of being a seed in the ground. There is a seed of divinity within you, and you are being stewarded to where you can bloom. So do not punish yourself for not blooming in this exact moment, because it would be like punishing a flower for not blooming yet. Stop. You're worried that somehow you're gonna not share these gifts, these ideas and inspirations with the world. Stop. Everything in its time. Everything in its time. Find some grace for yourself. Being led to our Smith-Waite Tarot deck. Oh. It's almost like this is a grieving process, the Three of Swords. It's almost like this is a grieving process for you. And I say that with so much empathy in my heart, because it is not easy when the cruelest person in the world is the voice inside your head. And you have worked long and hard to become who you are now. But you still are learning to find grace for yourself. You're still undoing and overwriting and rewriting those tapes. I knew this was going to come out at some point today. I just knew it. If you were here for pile number 1, you will have heard it. The Ace of Swords. I've had this in my mind for days, and I continue to think about the fact that it is the back of a hand, meaning the sword is in your hand. 4414 in the clock as I said that. The sword is in your hand. The truth is within you. You carry the truth. And with that truth, there is the potential for great blossoming, joy, expansion, legacy, the olive branch, or there is a drooping palm branch, destruction, harm, malintent. The truth can be wielded in either of these ways, but that choice is up to you. And the crown is a representation of Kether. Ether, Kether, spirit, divinity. The truth is held and wielded in your hand, but it must be connected to divine wisdom, to the source, to Kether. And it's almost like you've been swinging this sword at yourself in the thoughts that if you can cut away all the things that are holding you back, you'll be perfectly ready when you arrive. Instead of finding truth for yourself that you can speak for and within yourself that is not cruel and malintent. Wielding that truth for yourself within with the same grace and kindness that you would put out into the world. You're rewilding, and part of that is reframing our thought patterns. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, because we have the Queen of Cups here, and it's almost like you're too focused on the expression itself. The focus is in the mind instead of in the body, in the presence, in the feeling. And something is being brought forward there. So you're being encouraged. This is exactly what you're meant to be. It's exactly what you're meant to be doing. You're doing great. I feel like you need, I want to give you so much reassurance. You can take a breath, right? You know that you can, take a breath. That you can feel in your body. Yeah, I almost feel like this is, I heard over this truth card. But what about what I don't know? Baby. If you're going to go by what you don't know, you're never going to go. Ace of Cups. Look at that. Look at that. By finding grace within yourself, you reveal this thing which has been brought up within you, and you find that it is overflowing. It is peaceful. It maintains that inner sanctum of presence and peace, and you understand that by connecting with your body, by connecting with your present moment and finding grace for yourself within that, that is how you rewild. That is how you become what you need to become before you're getting there. Yeah, there are so many. Okay, I'm sensing so, okay, this is so much, you guys. I don't know who is here watching this, but I feel like this all was just the loudest yell from you guys about why you cannot let it go. Why you can't let it go. Let me move this light over so you can see better. All of these reasons that just came to mind about why you cannot give yourself grace, I'm literally not even going to look at them. I'm not, because you're not supposed to focus on that stuff. And I know I'm being intense. I know my voice is intense right now. It is not in condemnation. It is because Spirit, your ancestors, your guides, your guardians are so convicted about this. Stop hurting yourself. We have gifted you truth. Stop using it to cut yourself down. Stop. Find grace. Be present in your body. Because by doing that, by being in your presence, by understanding that it is okay to be fallow, that is how this abundance comes through. And it is for you. It is. In the same way that your creative energy was always for you. This emotional abundance was always for you. Birds are significant right now. Very significant. And there is a bird, yeah. Dead and gone. old ways of making things work are not gonna work anymore. Old things of getting things done, not gonna work anymore. This feels like a gift. This feels like the Six of Pentacles, your ancestors, your guides, your guardians coming in to tell you this because you need to hear it. Yeah, they're connecting with you because they need you to find grace for yourself. Not even they are as harsh on you as you are on you. You respect your ancestors. Do you respect yourself? Oof. Your ancestors do not play. I'm being told put this away. Yeah. Your ancestors are not playing about you. And that's why they're being so serious. The Empress. Guys, you are not just a Queen of Pentacles or a Queen of Cups. You are the Empress. And by degrading yourself, you are choosing not to recognize this. We have the Empress surrounded by grace, emotional fulfillment, new emotional energy, connection, truth. All of those things are balanced. Yeah. It might feel like grief because it might feel like an ending, a death. There's always real, sincere grief when there is an ending like this, an ending to the way that you saw yourself. I'm actually being led to put that there. An ending to the way that you're seeing yourself, maybe in this moment as you were watching this, perhaps. Because you are finding grace, and in finding grace, your perspective of yourself shifts to something more true. Something more receptive. Yeah, you've been in a hermit place for a long time, trying to deal with grief from your past. Perhaps you had a very difficult upbringing. And if you did, I am very sorry. You've been looking to the light within to take care of this stuff. You've been saying, I don't want to carry this anymore. It's not for me to carry. And you are right. It's not for you to carry. But it's also not for you to try and cut out prematurely. Let it be fallow. You've been internal for a long time. And Spirit is saying that internal space needs to be kinder because, hey, the train's moving. We're going. We're getting gone. It's okay. You're going to get exactly where you need to be, when you need to be there, exactly how you're supposed to be there, prepared with everything you need. Yeah, this forward moving energy. A final card for this group, Spirit, perhaps a piece of advice, a piece of comfort. I feel like this pile can use all of the positive affirmation they can get. I actually recommend that you either listen to some kind of subliminal. Yeah, don't focus on the grief. Let it pass through you, pass over you, and then let it go with love. Let it go with love. Interesting. Normally my cards are very energetic. Today they're not. And it's normally they don't come out like this. And I feel like perhaps that's what it feels like a little bit for you, is that this is different. This is uncomfortable. This is weird. Spirit's saying, it's okay. Listen to that little thing within you. It will help you spread your wings. 5 of Swords in reverse. This time of oh yeah, so this kind of smarmy guy is looking at people that he's hurt in this competition, kind of smugly, but it's in reverse, and I almost feel like that is a sign that this is internal. This is like how you're treating yourself. And maybe that's a hard thing to hear, because maybe it has felt justified. Maybe you have felt justified in the way that you've talked to yourself. Of course you felt justified because you've been doing it and you're not an idiot. However, that doesn't mean we aren't still learning. You know you're still learning. And one of the things you're being asked to learn is how to find grace for yourself, so that you can see yourself in the way that your ancestors, guides, and guardians see you. Don't panic. Spirit is actually stopping time, in a sense, for a moment. It's saying, don't worry about how long this is going to take. Yeah, exactly as I said, stopping time for a moment, we had 5656 on the clock. It's like in this halfway point. It's like stopping time in this liminal space for you to take a breath so that you can see your own inner divinity again. Connect with that source point, with your presence, to shine. Yeah. No more willy-nilly wielding of the truth within yourself. No more justifying unkindness. You need support. And if the people around you aren't giving you that support, if they aren't lifting you up, if they aren't making you brighter, if they aren't celebrating your rise and celebrating your expansion and growth, they're not for you, honey. I'm so sorry. They're not. You've got to be around people that give you grace, because you are learning how to do the same, and they will help teach you. Oh, what a beautiful energy. Is there any more messages? Any more cards for this pile? Yes, thank you. Last one. Oh! You guys, I cannot make this up. And I'm whispering because I feel like there's this, I feel like I'm standing in an inner sanctum with you. Maybe you're trying to go to sleep. But you guys, the Magician. You can do this. You've got this. Okay? You have everything before you, and in your perfect time, you will wield these beautiful creative ideas and inspirations. You will wield your wisdom and put it out into the world for kindness and good. You can do that. That is who you become. That is who you have been becoming. The passing away of old things is not something to fear. Find grace for your process. Give yourself time. You can do this. You are so supported. It's like you're this violet energy in the center, and fluttering all around you are your ancestors, your guides, your angels, your guardians. Because what you carry is something sweet and special. They're telling you, take your time coming out of your chrysalis. You're not broken. You're not broken. We're just learning. Thank you so, so much for spending your time with me today. 58:58 on the clock. Thank you so much. Be gentler with yourself as you move forward in this now moment, in each now moment. My name is Auntie A, and have a wonderful day. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the 4 of Swords card today, welcome to your reading. I'm excited to have you here and to host as always. Now, let's dig in. I'm sensing a very intentional, forward-moving energy with this card. Capricorn. Mars just went into Capricorn, I believe yesterday when I'm recording this, December 15th of 2025, it went into Capricorn. And we have the sea goat here, which is the symbol of Capricorn. Again with this sword. Okay. there has got to be one or two of you in here somewhere who are watching this whole thing and felt called to every pile, because when I tell you I knew Ace of Swords was going to come out today, it has come out in every single pile. Every single one. We've got a big collective energy of truth coming in, wisdom being revealed, the sword, the tool, the truth being put into your hand. Birds have been very significant recently. Perhaps you've been receiving messages. Perhaps you've been receiving... Ooh, I'm getting a pecking. Like a pecking energy. Interesting. 12 stars. I'm getting too many slices. That's too many slices. It's too much, whatever it is. You're feeling like it's too much. And that grounded Mars and Capricorn energy, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It's the general. It's somebody who has controlled power. And I feel like that's you. I feel like you are wielding your truth with power and intention. And even when little things are pecking at you, you are discerning when, where, and how to utilize that truth. What cards do we need here, Spirit? I'm getting something. Decide which one. These ones. Thank you. All right. Messages for pile number 3. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, and guardians. What does this lovely pile need to hear? Ooh, interesting. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Ooh. Overly blubbering. Interesting. Overly emotional energy coming through here. Uncontrolled. Oh, interesting. Like, I'm feeling something in my jaw. Somebody's yapping. Maybe somebody's been yapping. Interesting. We've got that bird. We've got this yapping energy. What is going on here, Spirit? What is coming in here? Let's see. Maybe that's something happening for you. But there's this energy of imbalance. Even sitting on this side, I face them towards you the way that they're supposed to face in most cases. But even looking at it upright here, I don't ever see him this way, but he's almost sitting up a little too proud, like, haha. This is a nice gift. And it's kind of like, you're sitting here like, no, it's not. And Spirit is saying, you know the truth. You know what's going on here. You can feel it. You can sense it. Use your own discernment. I personally, me, reader, cannot tell you what to do. Auntie A, I can't tell you what to do. I'm just here to steward messages to you. I'm here to confirm your own knowing and assist in your own remembering. That's it. That's what I do. I channel energy so that you can get what you need from this. So it's important that you use your own discernment, because the sword of truth is in your hand and it can be utilized one way or the other. The sword is meant to be held in hand, but its tip is in ether energy. Spirit. It is meant to be wielded both by you and by Spirit. Okay? So use your own discernment, but I am absolutely getting this energy of like, ooh, my neck was itching almost, like pecking, like irritation, like something has been trying to get its little grabby claws into you. And you've kind of been sitting back and waiting. You've been using your discernment, trying not to move in grief, which is the 3 of Swords, and through the heart. You're trying to move in a different way. But yeah, there's a confirmation of like overly emotional, uncontrolled emotion, kind of just like, I was going to say willy-nilly, but I actually feel like intentionally, which is odd. Yeah, this is definitely a pile to use your own discernment. However, if you are here and if you are resonating with this energy, there is nothing to fear. That's not how I conduct my readings. This is more of a challenging reading. It's more just like, I feel like you already know this. feel like I'm actually as the reader coming in on this last, like, which is quite funny. I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to trust that. We have a card here. Temperance in reverse. Okay. Yes, exactly what I was just talking about. Emotional outbursts, a lack of self-control, a lack of connection within the self. Yeah, we have Kether, that crown here, kind of a disconnect. Almost like I'm seeing him pouring the water between the two cups, almost like he's trying to do a magic trick, almost like he's trying to make you think that a cup is fuller than it is, and it's not. And that's the cup that's being brought towards you, and kind of this strange pecking energy is like trying to get you to take it, and you're sitting there like, no. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So 2 knights in reverse. Ooh, I feel like the energy's been getting more intense. I feel like whatever this is has been ramping up, and that's why you are here right now in this message. Perhaps to receive confirmation, perhaps a little bit of guidance. Yeah, we're going to bring this out. We're going to put it, actually, I'm going to put it up here. We're going to put the 2 Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Wands is rushing forward very fast on his horse. But he tends to look around at multiple goals. This energy feels a bit scattered. It's almost like somebody's giving you an idea, hoping that you will take it. Interesting. I kind of just thought of like Inception. It's kind of like they're trying to like plant an idea in your mind without you noticing, and Spirit's being like, big ol' red flags. Let me point that out to ya. Big ol' red flags. Yeah, here we go. Listen to your intuition. You're definitely tapped in with that intuition. There's this earth water energy, which actually was the pile previous to. It'd be interesting. I'd be interested to hear if any of you have been drawn to more than one pile today, because I wouldn't be surprised. There's some definitely through lines in my eyes, but you do what you feel is best for you. Yeah, there's this very earthy, watery energy. You're trying to remain unshakable, grounded. Yeah, you understand that there are more things out there and more energies out there and more things than just one mind can hold. And so you are always moving in a way where you are trying to remain open-minded while still remaining grounded in both reality and your own emotional truth. Okay? So you are being encouraged. Yeah, remain unshakable. This is definitely some strange energy that's coming from outside of you. This bird messages. Normally, I actually take birds in a very positive way. I love birds. I love birds as messengers. This doesn't feel like a bad message. This doesn't feel like the bird itself is bad. It more just feels like the energy that this bird is carrying as a message is like, ooh, icky, sticky, you know, like hearing I think it's, yeah, sticky energy. Whatever this is, it's like, hey, take the bait. And you're sitting there like, no, what? Yeah. You're sitting here like, I can see right through this, dude. I know exactly what's going on. I can feel it. Your intuition is on point. Like Four of Swords is not generally a card that welcomes a lot of people into their readings because it is a bit of a challenging energy. It's not like a Sun card where people are like, oh, that's the Sun card. I feel so welcome to that, which is a great energy. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful energy. This is just different. And I feel like your intuition is spot on right now. Spirit is saying, like, you can see what's going on. You see where this patterns of behavior, of like kind of nasty, foul behavior. I'm like smelling a nasty smell. Like an acrid smell. Pecking. Okay, we've got enough about this energy on the outside, Spirit. And I kind of feel like that's maybe how you're feeling too. Yeah, you're sitting here in this choice energy. Kind of like, okay, Spirit, I am done sitting in this Two of Swords energy. I am done sitting in this blind choice. I'm making my choice, which is interesting that it didn't come out in reverse, but that's so what I'm hearing for you right now. Okay, yeah, you are waiting for something better. These opportunities, these ideas, these offers are coming to you, and they're not coming from a place, I'm not even sure this is necessarily like one person in your life. It could be, but because this is a collective reading, I'm sensing there's offers coming in that just aren't from the right place. They're a little too good to be true, in the sense where you know it in your bones. You know, it's not just a thought. It's like, oh no, this doesn't feel right. Like you could be blindfolded and still smell the difference, right? And Spirit's saying, yeah, you can. You know something's coming in for you, and you know it might take some time. It will take balance and presence and stillness and slowness and persistence. And so you're waiting for that. As all these other energies are kind of pecking at you, kind of almost like trying to lure you off your road, you're standing up and saying, if that's how you're going to treat me, I'm going to go. Love and light, baby. Love to you, healing to you. I wish you the best. But if you're going left, I'm sorry. I'm going right. That's where my path leads me. Not with these offers. These offers aren't for me. So with love, with respect, I'll be on my way. Yeah, you're moving on from this energy, this pecking energy. It's kind of like, yeah, oh my gosh, you're going to have victory over this. There's definitely going to be like a moment where you feel like celebrating, because you're just like, ugh, no more pecking. No more blind, like, feeling. Yeah, okay, interesting. Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. You're keeping an open mind. You're looking at your options. You're allowing Spirit to bring in new options. Yeah, you're keeping hope. You're remaining hopeful. I almost feel like this is to go over this. That's so interesting. Okay, cool. Love that. Oh my word, you guys. You think... I'm hearing you're working real hard. You're waiting for your reward. You know that you've been on a path where you're at a point where Spirit has asked you, okay, are you going to take the things that aren't quite what you ordered? Are you going to take them? Are you going to take these things you know aren't for you? And you're saying, no, I know what I want. I know what I want. I know what my passion is, my purpose is. I remain in my presence so I can make that choice. And so, you know, excuse me, you know what you want. You're being asked to reiterate it. You know what you want. If you wrote down something at the beginning of this year, if you have written down a manifestation, if you have focused on something, 13:33 on the clock as I said that. Actually, no, 1:13:33 on the clock, so 11:333 as I said that. You know what you want, but Spirit is bringing you more of it than you could even imagine. You're moving on. When you move on from these offers, these places that aren't for you, in faith, in grounded ability to utilize your truth and to wield it with grace, you move forward into an abundance of opportunities that will, yeah, definitely, opportunities that will bring you closer to your soul community. I feel like some of you are looking at the King of Pentacles and what I just said about more coming in, and you're like, you're hesitating. You don't feel like you deserve it. Dude, you've worked so hard to become who you are. You have done so much work. I feel like this is a pile where perhaps you may even be readers. You may be esoteric yourself. You may practice various types of ritual or channeling of any kind. You know how much work you've done. And I'm gonna let you sit with that for a second. You know how much work you've done, and so does Spirit. So that's why Spirit is saying, this other stuff, this like extinction gasp of this old way of being, this old timeline, this old way of existing in the world, don't give in to it. Don't do it. Keep your eye on faith and hope as other things crumble away, and you will be moving forward into more joy, more abundance, more than you even anticipated, because you have waited your turn. You've waited for the stars to turn. You've waited and arrived in this now moment at the perfect time. So this Four of Cups energy over the King of Pentacles. Stop kneecapping the universe, dude. Stop telling the universe what you don't deserve. You don't deserve foul intentions. You don't deserve offers that aren't coming from the right place. You don't deserve being pestered and badgered to take things that aren't for you. You don't deserve being guilt-tripped into doing what is not for you, or in being in rooms that are not for you. You don't deserve somebody else trying to take either credit for your ideas or trying to overwrite your ideas. You don't deserve that treatment. And you know it's a pattern because you've seen the pattern. So what falls away when you stand in your truth and your knowing with love, when you move forward with that expectation of this or better, that knowing, you're going to move into something so much greater and so much more exciting. You're going to be surrounded with people who match that within you and who are excited to see that within you. Is there another card for this deck, Spirit? Yes, right at the bottom. Ooh, it's going to be like right at the root of things. I'm actually, the music in the background right now is a root chakra frequency. It's going to be right at the base of things. Oh my God. You guys, when I tell you it is coming in so much faster than you think, oh my gosh, it's like the moment you set foot on that boat, you have no idea, like, you've been waiting for this thing. And you're like, oh, it can't be coming in soon because everything that's coming in soon is coming in rushed. No. You can recognize a rushed, foul intent, stanky energy, sticky energy when you see it. Okay? So when I tell you that this is coming in now, I was gonna say something else, but now came out of my mouth. It's coming in now, dude. Now. And you get to be put in a place. I feel like this is being brought in and then you're being placed here. You're gonna have options. You're gonna have the means to follow your intuition and follow divine wisdom and guidance in discerning which of those options is for you. You're not going to have to worry about being pecked and badgered anymore. You're not going to be surrounded with those energies. There it is. There it is. Okay, one to the left, one to the right. Stay steadfast in what you're doing. Ooh, you guys. I knew there would be 2 more cards on this side. I knew it. Let's see. Okay. When you walk away, there will be confirmation in the form of a truth wielded out of Kether. Ooh, interesting way for that to come in. Okay, let me dig into that a little bit more. The Ace of Swords, the truth, whose end is in Kether, whose tip is in ether, who's meant to be connected to the spirit, Your confirmation will be truth wielded without connection to spirit. Truth wielded from ego, egoic truth. It could be something where perhaps whoever this energy is talking about believes this wholeheartedly because it is their truth, the truth of their perceptions. And maybe that's why spirit's like, this, you're going a different direction, dude. Because they believe this. And the worst thing is they believe it about themselves. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a sad energy. It makes me a little bit sad for that person because I feel like they're gonna get a really, really rude awakening when you're gone. And it's not yours to give them. I'm even hearing it's not yours to give them. Interesting. I had initially thought something else for this card, but now that I accidentally placed it here and lifted it up like this, you're coming out of a hermit mode. You're coming out of a space and time where the only light around you is the light within you. But that time, you were in that time so that you could recognize and learn to recognize your own light and your own divinity and your own power and truth. Oops. There we go. You were in that time of darkness so you could learn to recognize your own light. And now you're realizing that you can recognize source in other places, so you're coming out of hermit mode. You're actually stepping out into the new. And perhaps this energy was one that was positive for a time and has come to its cyclical end, you know? Very tarot heavy on this one. Interesting. I feel like there's one more card because there's one more space. What guidance does this individual watching right now need? Thank you. Oh. Wow. You guys. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Sticky energy. I'm almost feeling like a guilt tripping energy again with this, like, let me twist the truth. Let me tell you how I see it so you can take that idea on as your own. Let me tell you what I see the truth as, because that's the truth. And you're looking at it going, I don't think so. Stand in your truth, wield it wisely and with grace, love, and compassion for yourself as well as others. Understand that you do not deserve this. This is what you do not deserve. You do not deserve to be treated this way. 2323. You do not deserve to be treated like this. 333 on the clock. And because you've gone within and seen your own light and your own divinity and that spark within you, because you've learned to recognize it and witness it with love, you're choosing to move on because it is a choice. And that's why you're being called to remain in that present moment, that presence of yourself, that connection to spirit. Keep your truth connected with spirit. It's not easy. That's why this happens. That's why these energies happen, because it's not easy and not everyone does it every time. We're human. So with love and compassion, go to your next step. Meet the universe head on and halfway there, and you will be so beautifully surprised with what emerges. I feel like there is a few more messages for this pile. Eyes being led over here. Back to this wonderful Egyptian hieroglyphic deck. It is a second-hand deck. I do not have the official name, but I know that there are other readers I've seen use it. So hopefully somebody can identify it if you so need. What are the last messages for this group, Spirit? What do they need to lay their eye on? The star. What do they need to lay their eyes on? What do they need to remain? They need to remain focused, but when looking externally, where do they need? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Flipped right up and over onto the joy and external joy card. When I'm doing this, it's actually close to the holidays. So like, see the spark of divinity within other people. You've learned to recognize it within yourself. Learn to recognize now Spirit is leading you outward so that you can connect with other lights in this beautiful tapestry of life. Ooh. The Lovers. I'm hearing a choice. I don't know why I got such a ooh feeling with that. That's so funny. I don't often get that with the Lovers. That's so interesting. Oh, I get it. Okay, I see what you're getting at, Spirit. The Lovers, I feel like there's girlfriend's energy, girlfriend, girlfriend, if you catch my drift. There's this energy of people coming around you and supporting you and surrounding you. There's this wonderful energy of when you, oh, there it is. To be in the right rooms at the right time, you got to walk out of the wrong rooms when you know they're wrong. Let me say that again. To be in the right rooms at the right time with this wonderful collective that's coming together and finding each other, you have to walk out of the wrong rooms. You have to be willing to walk out of spaces where you are not getting the treatment that you deserve, the respect that you deserve. Because there are people who will give it to you, who are waiting to give it to you. That's so wonderful. Last one, I think. Yes, I'm hearing last ones. Focus on finding the light in others, that resonance. You know what? I knew it was going to be 2 cards. That's so funny. That's why I said last ones instead of last one. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like they're supposed to go like this. So we're going to lay that down. Temperance. Anyway, just making sure I put it down and I lifted it up the way it needed to be lifted up. Temperance. Interesting. I'm getting the feeling that you walking away from certain rooms, you taking your energy back, you taking your power back, is actually part of what that room, the people within that room's journey is to actually finding emotional balance. It's part of what their journey is. It's part of righting whatever disconnection has happened on their part. And you're not supposed to focus on them. I don't even feel like this is very much about them. I feel like it's just a confirmation that you got to walk away with love. This person isn't evil. They're a person. That doesn't mean they can't, that they're not capable of harm, intentionally or not, right? So we don't walk away from these rooms with hatred or malice. We walk away from these rooms with love, and we say, I wish you the absolute best on your journey. I do. I wish you the best. I wish you healing. I wish you love and life, emotional fulfillment and balance. But right now, me, what I gotta focus on, I have to focus on utilizing my truth for my journey. I gotta focus on utilizing my truth for my journey. Again, we have this sword. That's how I know it's you. the Queen of Swords. And perhaps you being in this energy and walking away is your Queen of Swords moment. And perhaps you doing that with love and discernment and care for everyone involved while still maintaining what you need and what your soul path is will be the example I'm hearing. It will be the example. I'm hearing bottom of the deck. It had moved a moment ago. Ooh. Okay. The Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. I'm filming this in Sagittarius season. It's very much felt like the collective has been drawn back on the bow and we're about to be sprung forward, you know? And that's kind of what I feel like, but it came out in the reverse. And I feel like it's a message from Spirit to say, whenever you need to tap back in, allow time to stop a little bit. Allow yourself to be present. Because presence within yourself is going to lead you to the light within others. I feel like that's all the messages coming through for this group today. A very interesting energy. I do truly wish you the best as you navigate this. I wish you discernment, wisdom, and I encourage you to be open-minded about what might come, because something really good is coming. Be unshakable in your present moment, in your breath, and in your now. I wish you the best. I wish you wonderful energy, and I thank you for sharing yours today. My name is Auntie A, and have a wonderful day.